All right, News Nation's Alex Capriello is live for us in suburban Detroit. So, Alex, what is the mood like around the Motor City?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Nicole. President Donald Trump campaigned aggressively here in Michigan, vowing to save the auto industry and bring more jobs to this battleground state. And he still believes that's going to happen thanks to these tariffs. But there is mixed opinions here in Michigan about the way that this has all been rolled out and what that future looks like. Stellantis, one of the big three automakers here in the United States, has already temporarily laid off some 900 workers at 5 U.S. facilities following Trump's tariff announcement. That includes plants right here in nearby Warren and Sterling Heights, Michigan. And the University of Michigan forecasts an even greater loss for the state in the near term. Specifically due to these tariffs, the school's Department of Economics predicts more than 2,000 jobs will be lost over the next year. The state will produce 26,000 less cars, and the big three automakers, Ford, GMC, and Stellantis, will lose about 1% market share each and every year. Despite these negative forecasts, some of Trump's most adamant supporters, including men and women working right here in the auto industry, they're standing behind that vision. Douglas King, who worked for Stellantis here in Michigan for 30 years, attended Liberation Day at the Rose Garden last week. He says his coworkers are willing to go through tough times now if it means his industry will find more jobs here in America that might otherwise be outsourced internationally. Take a listen.
My coworkers know that something has to be done to stop the bleeding. Our jobs are leaving. We're watching them go overseas. We can't compete with low labor costs. I have to believe that what President Trump's doing is going to help the American economy. I think we have to be patient. I'm not ready to give up and jump ship just yet.
Nicole, it really is so interesting speaking to the people here in Michigan because quite a few of them think that this is just President Trump's way of doing business, where he negotiates hard. He brings his competition, in this case countries, to the negotiating table to try to get his way. For that reason, they believe that all this tariff talk and the turmoil that the country is seeing and Michigan is seeing right now is going to be over soon.
All right, yeah, well, a lot of people hope that that is the case. Alex, we heard Governor Whitmer earlier there sharing concerns about the rollout of these tariffs. Did you speak to anyone who shares her opinion?
Yeah, we did. A lot of auto industry experts are a little bit concerned that the way that these tariffs have been rolled out, particularly the treatment of some of our closest allies. And in the auto industry, we know that those are our neighbors to the north and south, Canada and Mexico. Keep in mind, right here in Detroit, there's just a small body of water that separates the two countries. The auto industry, I don't have to remind you, is a complex and interconnected system where cars and parts are shipped back and forth during the production process before they even make it to the showroom to be sold. It's why the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce wrote a letter to President Trump's administration asking for it to use caution when implementing tariffs, writing, "A century of supply chains and relationships cannot be undone without tremendous economic harm to companies and workers if not done strategically and thoughtfully." So that's why I spoke to Glenn Stevens, the executive director of Mich Auto, who helped write that letter. He says everyone is on board with bringing more jobs to America, of course, but he doesn't want it to come at a cost where the American auto industry loses key partners.
We think that there can be more U.S. manufacturing, but we also think that we can keep this trade bloc together between Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. So it is a globally competitive bloc. The competition is not Canada and Mexico. The competition is global, particularly the Chinese automotive industry.
And again, when you speak to Mr. Stevens, his focus really is on that relationship between Mexico and Canada and the interconnectedness that our auto industry goes with those two countries in particular. But really, the international tariffs as a whole is a big deal. Think about this. In every single car, there's an estimated around 30,000 parts. That's everything from the smallest of screws to the largest of bumpers. All of those parts come from all across the world. And so when you think about international tariffs, they all have an impact on this auto industry here in Michigan. Nicole?
Yeah, absolutely. So much interconnectedness there, as you pointed out. Alex, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.